Coming to you live from a hallway with a boulder hurtling down it. This is Optimal Play. I'm Brandon, and I'm here to play a preview version of Roll or Stand Forbidden Adventures, which is a print and play, push your luck puzzle solving game by PO Games, who provided this demo version for my playthrough in advance of their Kickstarter, which is starting soon, and you'll see a link to it in the description on the video. Thank you for that. With that out of the way, I'm exhausted, so I apologize. I may have mentioned in another video or two, but we're doing some work on our house, getting our kitchen remodeled and some other work, and so this was the weekend where the demo is about to start. I'm very excited to swing a sledgehammer at my kitchen counters, which I believe they will let me do. But first, we had to spend all weekend packing boxes, moving furniture around, rethinking where we're going to spend the time of our daily lives in this house for the next 1 to 2 months. This obviously is, well, I don't know about obviously, you can only see the wall behind me, but this is a game room that's in a little back house that I'm fortunate to have. It doesn't usually double as my office, but right over there now is my desk and monitor, so I will be spending a lot more time in this room as I work from home. A little bit of a bummer because this place is usually my happy place where I don't have to be when I do things like work. But you know, sacrifices have to be made. Hopefully the upgrades to our house are well worth it. So anyway, I'm very excited at the end of a long weekend of all that to be sipping a beer. Cheers. Rolling some dice and solving some puzzles. So I'm going to give a quick overview of what Roll or Stand Forbidden Adventures is. You may have played or seen me play Jurassic Adventures, their previous campaign in this game now series. For this quick overview, I'm going to assume you have no idea what this is. So feel free to fast forward if you already know what Roll or Stand Jurassic Adventures was. This is very similar. In this game, I'll be playing solo, but it is cooperative, but not particularly interactive, I'll say, if you were going to play multiplayer. But there are these 4 puzzles on this sheet that form sort of the story beats of an adventure that we're playing through. And my goal is to solve as many of them as I can by satisfying the instructions on them. This first one, for example, and we'll take a closer look as I start playing, is about drawing lines towards certain hexes that represent waking up the rest of my adventuring team because we have to get the hell out of the place where we begin. This puzzle sheet is part of a 3-part adventure. As you can see, this is a demo version that doesn't have scenario 2 and 3. But so this whole sheet is scenario 1 of a 3-part, very, very light structured campaign. So we'll take a look at that too. The way that you draw those lines that you need to do to solve these puzzles is by playing this push your luck dice game down here. That's a little blackjack-ish. I will be rolling a pair of dice and distributing those numbers, 1 into each of these columns, where I'm trying to get the numbers that I drop in to eventually add up to something as close as possible to this number on the left without going over. If I go over, that busts, much like blackjack or something. I waste that row and have to move on. And then I'm going to get actions based on the difference between the sum of my dice and this number that is subtracted from it. So it's basically, I want to be between 12 and 6, but as close to the 12 as possible. If, for example, I got a 10 on my dice that I put into this row, it would be 10 minus 6. I would get to take 4 actions on the puzzle. The numbers that you put in, you'll see as we go, also dictate the directions that you can draw your lines on any given puzzle. But there are some tools for down here to draw extra lines, some ideas for dice manipulation to help me mitigate that luck and that, control that chaos a little bit as I go. The other interesting thing going on is that there is this stamina system here. I'll be playing through each row 1 at a time, and I'll be marking off the dice as they're rolled, and then after for example, after 2 3s have been rolled as I'm working on this first stamina roll, I simply cannot roll any more 3s. If I were to roll a 3 and this is full, it would follow these arrows, tick down to a 2, assuming that there was stamina left there, and it would be a 2. So I can also sort of see, as I'm planning my strategy, like, oh, there are not going to be any more 3s or 5s for a while, because literally, if I roll those, I will have to change the dice to other numbers, and I can plan accordingly. So that's kind of a cool little strategic wrinkle in the game. So with that, I think I am going to get started with the introduction to the campaign. I don't really feel like this fairly small text plays too well on camera, so I don't know if I'm going to assume you're going to read along. I am just going to do my best performance of it for you now. I have not read this yet, so hopefully I don't trip over any big words or anything. Here we go. As a team of experienced archaeologists, you've made it your lifelong task to uncover the mysteries of the Maya. You've been working for years in the dense jungles of the Yucatan, exploring ruins and documenting findings. During your last supply trip into town, you heard about a cenote. I know that word because I've been to Cancun and swam in them. A sinkhole filled with water. Recently discovered to be beneath a temple through advanced laser scans. Cenotes were considered sacred by the ancient Maya and believed to be gateways to Xibalba, the underworld. Even today, they remain shrouded in mystery. So far, no passageway to this new discovery has been found, but the explorer in you refuses to accept no for an answer and to prepare for another expedition. First, you must find a local guide, a task made harder by a long drought that has the locals busy with their own struggles. After a long search, someone finally agrees to help, and together you head into the jungle, seeking cave entrances that might lead to the cenote and eventually the temple above. The first day ends without success. Exhausted, you set up camp. As you drift into sleep, you wonder what mysteries await. Okay, here I select a difficulty level for the campaign. It's obviously not a long-term commitment for me since I'm only going to be playing the first part of it, but I'll choose medium difficulty, the two dots here. I can even mark that on my sheet for posterity later, or to remember if I continue the campaign later, that it's a difficulty 2. And it tells me each player gains 2 different tools of their choice and 4 ideas. So ideas let you manipulate a die by plus or minus 1, so I can do that 4 times. And 2 tools of my choice, these let you draw extra lines. I feel like the verticality is always pretty useful, so I'm going to take a journal. And at this point, then I think I'm kind of choosing arbitrarily. I'll choose a machete. And with that, we're ready to look at the first puzzle and begin. You can see it's sort of a comic art here, and our character is saying, "Wake up, we have to get out of here now." As you open your eyes, you find yourself inside a temple. Are you still dreaming? Real or not, you can't waste another second as flames begin to surround you. You need to wake up the others before fire cuts off your only escape. I like the "Are you still dreaming?" is something like I play a lot of the Arkham Horror card game and other Arkham games. Feels like a very like Lovecraft game kind of nod to like maybe you're just imagining this all. But I don't really think that's the story this game is trying to tell. Okay, it tells me that I cannot branch off or draw lines that touch each other here. That's what these icons are. And then my goal is to extend up to 5 regular lines from the team start hex and activate all 5 sleep bonus hexes. So this is the start hex. My goal is to wake up these people on these bonus sleeping hexes by, there's a number on each one. I know it's very small. Hopefully it's picking up okay on camera. I need to border that many edges of that hex to gain that bonus, which in this case is the objective. There's a few more bonus hexes that can earn me additional ideas if I draw enough lines along them, so I'll try to pick up some of those as I go. And then down here, there is some fire that is going to be forcing me to draw a line. I even brought a red pen for it, so that's fun. To draw this line that where the fire kind of grows around the room that we're in. But from what I see here, despite the flavor text, there's no written fail condition on here. So it seems to be just flavor that the fire grows around this. That said, this is an early demo version, and maybe that changes. The flavor text does kind of imply that that's maybe a timer on escaping. But this whole game is kind of on a timer. You only have 6 rows to take actions with, and the game ends if all 4 of these stamina bars get fully used up. So I'm on a timer overall, whether or not this puzzle is implementing a timer. So with that, let's roll some dice. See how this goes. Oh, before I roll, if you'd hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, that's the best and only way to help support Optimal Play since we have no Patreon or... you can tell I'm tired or anything like that, so I'd appreciate it if you hit those buttons, maybe even comment on the video. That means a lot. Thanks. Here we go. All right, a 1 and a 6. So, and I'm going to, as I start here, even though I've played this before, carefully follow the turn overview to make sure that I don't miss anything. So, roll the dice. Check. Check the dice. So I'm making sure that there was enough stamina for those, since we haven't marked off any. There are. Then we consume stamina. So we're going to mark off a 1 and a 6. Prepare actions. This is where I allocate one of those numbers to my left column and one of them to my right column. I'm not going to overthink it too much here, since the target is 15 over here on the right. I'm going to put my larger number there, put a 6, and on the left I'll put the 1, since that's just 12. Seems like a fine strategy to me. The next step is roll or stand. This is where I decide whether I want to resolve this roll or push my luck and try to get more numbers in there. But I am going to keep rolling on both of these. I'm not going to stand because I'm nowhere near going bust. And then end of the turn. I would wait for other players if I wasn't playing solo, and we'll go into the next round. So it's pretty snappy. It slows down a little bit once we start drawing the lines, but first we've got a 4 and a 5. So marking off that stamina. And then... So you do have to start thinking about kind of the directions that you can draw lines based on the numbers that you've put in here. There's sort of like a compass rose or something. There's 1 through 6 around this, and we'll mark those off depending on which numbers we put in, and those will be the only directions that we can draw lines. So 5 and 6 go well together because I can see that I can start waking up these ones if I have 5 and 6. So I'm going to drop that 5 over here, and that leaves the 4 to put on the left. And let's roll again. A 2 and a 3. Wow, one of every number? That's some nice rolling. Okay. So the 2 and the 3, and I can always manipulate these dice with my ideas. They will use the same stamina, like stamina is marked before I manipulate them with ideas. I could, but that said, I don't think I need to, well... Making the 3 a 4 would allow me to get all the way to 15 over here and get another number marked. That seems pretty good. Why don't I do that? I'm going to use an idea early on. Make that 3 into a 4 and put it here. So I'm definitely, since these add up to 15, definitely going to stand here. But first I need to drop my 2 into here. I guess that's fine. And okay, so I'm going to stand. First step is mark this off so we remember that I've stood. I'm going to get a bonus based on how many numbers I put in here. I'm going to get the bonus printed above my rightmost number. It's a machete, so gain a machete. Then I'm going to fill in the number of actions that I get. 6 plus 5 plus 4 is 15, minus 9 is 6 actions. And I'm going to mark the directions that I can draw lines with them, which was 6, 5, and 4. Okay, so... I can also spend 2 actions to enable another direction, but I doubt I'm going to need to do that here. Okay, so there's not a place to do it. This was a tiny criticism I had of Jurassic Adventures, that I would love a better way to track these because it's very easy to forget. So I'm going to put tally marks over here on the right as I take these actions, just so I don't forget them. So I think I can basically just take this lower left line, use 3 actions to go 1, 2, 3, wake up that person. Seems like just kind of no muss, no fuss there. The only... Let's see. Well, okay, let me do it this way and go 1, 2, 3. That person's woken up because I drew 2 lines, which is the number on that hex adjacent to it. I've also put 1 line next to this one, so up here, if I go over here, I get the other one next to this idea, which I like that a lot. And I think, so that was 3, and I think I'll go ahead and do that up here too. Basically draw the same pattern. 1, 2, 3. That is a second one on the idea bonus hex, so I earned an idea. It's not quite enough yet to, as I've spent all 6 of my actions, to wake up that person. But I can see when I take actions over here that I have a 1, so I'll be able to draw a vertical line, and I can finish that one then. So that seems fine. Okay, that's a pretty decent start. That's earned me a sip of beer. And I'm going to keep rolling over here. These only add up to 7. Well, that would get me 1 action. I think I can push a little closer to that 12. So let's roll a 2 and a 4. So there will be no more 2s or 4s for a while because we've used up the stamina on both of them. There's this first kind of section of the game, there's the most stamina at 5s and 6s, meaning I will need to be careful to not go bust when I can kind of like only get 5s and 6s later. Okay. So I think I like this fine. 5, 7. So if I drop the 4 here, I'm at 11. That's pretty good. I think I'll do... Oh! I forgot one step. I'm going to back up. These dice will stay the same. I forgot something important to do after I resolve this row. You also take reactions. And on the scenario that I did a video of for Jurassic Adventures, there weren't nearly as many of these. Most of these puzzles have reactions. And that's where you look at these numbers on the hazards and things and trace their lines depending on the numbers that you've dropped in. So the fire is going to grow. Fire number 1, this one's labeled 1 and 2, this one's labeled 3 and 4. It's going to add 6 and then also 5, since it's 1 and 2 segments to its line. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Again, it feels to me like this should be like a timer on this puzzle, but it doesn't say that in the text, so at least outside of the flavor text. So I think that this is just for aesthetics. Then over here in the 3 and the 4, there's just a 4 there, so on this side it's going to extend by 4. Okay. I'm feeling good about bringing the red pen. I feel like that really adds something there. All right, so this 2 and this 4. I was going to drop the 4 here. I could use an idea to bump it to a 5 and I would get 1 more action, but I don't think I care about the 5 direction, so that doesn't feel as useful to me this time. So I'm just going to write in the 4, and that leaves the 2 over here. That seems fine. And I now have a total of 11 here. I think I'm going to stand here on the left. So these added up to 8, 9, 10, 11. Minus 6 is I'm going to take 5 actions, and they can be in the directions of 1, 2, and 4. It's going to be annoying that I can't do that 3 direction, but I have some machetes for that. Also, I'm gaining a journal from the bonus for the row. So I need to wake up this person. I think I'll start there and go... Oh, you know what I definitely said I don't want to forget? I was going to use one of these actions, to draw a vertical line here to finish waking up this person. So that one's done, 1 action used. That's 2 of 5 people woken. Then I am going to get another 1 later. I know from stamina, so I guess I was like, do I need to prioritize drawing that vertical line? I don't know if I need to. I think I'm going to go ahead and use a machete to draw a line this way so that I can kind of focus on this. Because then I can take an action and draw in that direction because I have that number. That's my second action used. I'm going to use another machete, which is kind of unfortunate, to go this direction. And then I can use an action to go down here. That person's awake. I have 2 actions left. I can draw 1 here. And I kind of like the idea of drawing this way and getting that idea. I see what I did there. So maybe I'll stop there for now rather than go up. And I'm sorry, that was my 4th. Yeah, that was my 4th action. Like I said, easy to forget. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and draw this vertical line here, I guess. So basically I need 2 lines along this hex and 1 line and 2 lines along this hex to complete the puzzle. But I can also try to grab some more ideas before that happens. Okay, mark that off. That row is done. I am going to roll again. It's a 1 and a 6. I have the stamina for both of those. 1 and 6. All right. The 6 is interesting. It's going this way, which could be the way I go here. Yeah, that seems fine. It's kind of arbitrary to me whether I go in the direction of 6 or 6 or 2. So sure, I think this is likely going to be the one that I end up using. I just realized, I'm sorry, I forgot the reactions again. This is the easiest step to forget. I have to grow the fire by 5 on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6 on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know I said that the fire doesn't matter, so this isn't important. But remembering the reactions will be important for the other puzzles, so I want to get into the habit now. Okay. So, that 1 and the 6. I was going to put the 6 over here. I feel like I'm going to be done with that pretty fast. I'm hoping to just fill in a 3 there would be a good direction to be able to go, and would be a, what am I saying? Oh, and would be the maximum number of actions. So I'm hoping for a 3 next time. I could use ideas if I need it. Since I dropped the 6 there, that means the 1 is going over here. Okay, I'll just work with that. Let's go again. 1 and 2. All right, I don't have the stamina for either of these, so the 2 is basically going to go boop, boop, and become a 6. And the 1, or actually I think I grabbed the 1 die there. It's kind of arbitrary. But the 1 is going to go, now the 6 stamina is used up, and it's going to become a 5. Okay, so these numbers are huge. They're too big for this. It would bust, so I'm going to have to use ideas. So let me just use 2 ideas to turn this 5 into a 3, bumping it down twice. Put that 3 in. And then on the left, am I okay with the 6? I guess I'm okay with the 6. So what's interesting is I know, because of the stamina system, I know that my next roll is 3, 5. So if I put a 6 on the left, it's adding up to 7. 5 would put it at 12 versus 14. Like, yeah, I can live with that. I would probably push my luck further because there's lots of 1 and 2 stamina in the row we'd be moving on to. Okay, I'm hoping, I haven't fully thought it through, but I'm hoping that I'm completing this puzzle as I stand here. So let me drop that 6 in on the left, and then I'm going to stand on the right. So these add up to 11. Minus 5 means I'm getting 6 actions. And also I'm getting a journal, since I filled into that space. And so I can go in this direction of 2, 3, or 6. I'm going to need some vertical lines, or at least one vertical line, so I'm going to have to use a journal to get to draw that. But here's what I'm thinking. If you finish the objective, finish the puzzle, that turn immediately ends. So the sequencing slightly matters here. I think I want to go all 3 actions up here, including an extra one to lock in that idea before I go over here. So that, because as soon as I wake this person up, it will end it. Okay, so I can go in the direction of 6. That's 1 action. I have to use a journal to go vertical. And then I can go in the direction of 6 again. That's another action. And I have earned an idea. And I've woken this person up. I have 3 actions left, and they can basically be to go in the direction of 3 and the direction of 4. That does 2 things. That wakes this person up, and that earns this idea. Okay. I mean, that felt like it went about as good as it could. Just for fun, I will fill in the rest of the fire. This is going to be 8 on the line starting on the left. And 3 starting on the right. Wow. Okay, so if we take the flavor text at its word, and it was part of the objective was to do this before the fire engulfed us, there was 1 segment left before that happened. Could not have been more perfect. I love that. Okay, so we've done it. We take a sip of our beer. Always beer. And then let's take a look at puzzle number 2. We see in the comic, they are pulling each other up a ledge. Hope you got a free hand for me, as someone jumps across. After escaping the flames, your torch reveals a deep gap cutting through the next room. The most agile team members leap across first. You follow with the others, reaching for the outstretched hands to pull you to safety. Oh boy, okay. So, extend 3 regular lines from the team start hex, which is here, and have each of them touch or be touched by the end of a different traced line. And the traced lines are what come from reactions. I'm not sure how well it plays on camera, but there's these 3 hand icons up here, and a kind of long weaving line down from each dotted line. Only the end point of each trace line may be touched. Trace lines do not continue after touching or being touched by a regular line. So let me think about, what does this mean? Okay, so I'm drawing 3 lines out from here. My team needs to catch me, and they're going to be, as rounds go by, they're going to be extending their lines out, and I need my 3 lines to meet their 3 lines. And if I want to grab a few bonuses along the way, they're kind of stashed over here. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, it's like, this is, I'll still use the red pen for reactions, but it's a good thing this time. It's not fire engulfing us, it is the outstretched arms of my allies. Love that. Okay. Time for a new roll. Don't have to roll. I know from the stamina system that it is 3 and 5. So, on the left, what I don't like about 5 is that it's not a very useful number. In this situation where I'm trying to work my way up, 5 is drawing a line this way, and I don't see a lot of use for that. I could maybe want to draw some lines this way to get some of these bonuses, but I don't... So 5's pretty bad. So maybe I put the 3 over here, and that adds up to 10, so I'm going to probably keep pushing on that. And the 5, do I want to use an idea and make that a more useful number? 4 is not useful either. That's due south. So do I make that a 6? I mean, 6 is a useful number. All right, let's try it. I'm going to use an idea and drop a 6 in over here. I'm really not sure whether using ideas at this point just to optimize the directions that I'll be able to draw is worth it, but we're trying it out. If I don't win, hey, that just means that you can pick up the game, and I don't know why I don't mean to sound like a commercial. I'm not being paid for this. I'm not advertising this game. I'm just playing it so you can see it and so that I can enjoy it. Anyway. That's the round. Okay, so fresh stamina bar. I could roll anything, but there's only 1, 3, 4, and 5. There's a lot more 1s and 2s on this row. A 2 and a 5. Okay. So this is the only 5 for quite a while. We established that 5s are not a very good number. These add up to 7, 8, 9, 10. If I make that 5 a 4, I don't like the directions, but I do like the maximum actions. Let's do it. I'll use an idea. I'm using a lot of them. I'll put a 4 here. That made the 5 a 4. And so that means I'm going to drop a 2 in over here. Okay, that seems fine. All right, let's see what we can accomplish. I have reached exactly 14, so I'm definitely standing here. And I am going to take 14 minus 8 is 6 actions in the directions of 1, 6, 3, and 4. Most of those directions are pretty bad. So maybe I use some tools here. We'll see. Or maybe let's see how much I can accomplish with those directions that would be useful. Like, this can go 1. I can go vertical, 2. I know I want to draw a vertical line from here, so 3. Yeah, I guess I can go that same direction again. That's 4. I wish I could draw in the direction of 2, but now I only have 2 actions left, so I don't want to spend them to activate that direction. I don't have a whip to draw that direction yet either. So I guess I can go another vertical. And I'll go here just based on the availability of numbers, but I'm not thrilled about that one. I think it's the best I can do. I'm going to need that to curve back up here and intercept the hand here. Speaking of which, now in the reaction step is when these hands will reach out. The one on the left, and that was dropped in before I even knew what was going on with this puzzle, so I can't kick myself over it. But that means that the first hand is only outstretching one segment, which is not very useful. But hand number 2 is going to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's fully halfway to us, which is great. And hand number 3 is going to move 3. That's okay. I'm nowhere near it. It has plenty of time to keep stretching. Okay, back to the dice. 6 and 5. The 5 is going to get bumped down to a 4 because of the stamina situation. So it's a 6 and a 4. I really want like 6 1s and 2s, almost exclusively on this puzzle. So this 4 is also not attractive, but it's a pretty good. I mean, it gets me to a good spot as far as the total here. So I guess I'll put that 4 on the right and the 6 on the left. And then these add up to 8, 12. So the question is, do I want to push my luck trying to get a 1? And I know that 1 has plenty of stamina, but I also know that there's a 2 and a 3 that are not going to... Like, I'm not going to gain any 1s from the stamina system, because 5s and 4s will become a 3 or a 2, but nothing's going to go down all the way to 1. So I would have to use ideas if something bad happens here. I think that's fine. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to roll again, looking for a 1 so that I can kind of have all directions there. I think that because I have some ideas, I think I'll be okay. So let's roll. A 3 and a 4. Kind of the nightmare situation. Well, actually, it's not too bad. Okay, so the 3, and then the 4 ticks down to 3, and then 2, because the stamina is used up on those numbers. So the 4 becomes a 2. It's a 2 and a 3. So to get that 1 that I need to not bust on the right, I'm going to have to use an idea. I'm down to 1 idea, so that's an issue. But I've already dropped in that 1. So that means a 3 on the left. Jeez. Well, okay. That means I'm very close to busting over here, but now I'm guaranteed a 1 by the stamina system, so I can actually let that ride on the left. Okay, so on the right, I will stand. 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13, so it's on the dot. 13 minus 7 is 6 actions, and I can go in all the directions I want. 6, 1, 2, and 4, which is pointless. That feels really good. So... And also I can see that like hand number 1 is going to stretch out by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to end here. So I can just meet it there. Yeah, let me just use my first 2 actions to do that. So 1, 2. That's 2 actions used, and that is the leftmost hand solved. Great. Okay. 4 actions left. So trace lines don't continue after being touched. So I can basically get this one to here also, and that one's also solved. But do I need to invest some actions into getting this one going? Probably. Well, no, not really. Because maybe I want to be able to get these tools as I go. I think the ideal route on this one, I could get all the bonuses if I go like this, kind of around this whip hex, up through the middle, and meeting the hand there at the end of its track. I get all the bonuses. That seems really worthwhile. Okay, so I'm going to spend actions to basically finish this middle hand, going up, upright, and up. That was 3 more actions. And that leaves me with 1 action to just go there. I feel great about how that went. Okay, and then for the reactions, the left hand extends 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one caught me. Number 2 extends 2, only needs to extend 1. That one caught me 2. Caught me also. And this one extends 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm basically just trying to meet it here. I probably just want to... Ooh. Well, there's going to be a 1 here. It's only going to extend by 1 on the next one. It's going to extend to there. Oh, that's kind of brutal. All right, I'm going to have to solve that. But I can't do anything about it now. I'm just going to have to roll the dice and see how it goes. 3 and a 4, those are both going to go down and become 1s from the stamina system here. So it's a 1 and a 1. And I know that my next roll is a 6 and a 1. Okay, so I'll put a 1 on the left. That's what I wanted there anyway. And I guess I'll put a 1 on the right. I'm not going to use my last idea to mess with that. Okay, the question is going to be, can we complete this puzzle on this one? Because we're standing here. So 10 minus 4 is 6 actions, and I can go in the directions of 1, 3, and 6 right now, which is not perfect. I need to go in the direction of 2. I also don't have any whips. Oh, I just realized I gained a whip. I didn't take my bonus over here. I am pretty bad about forgetting that sometimes. So, I'm going to gain a whip. That might be exactly what I need. Okay. That was here. I'm also getting a machete for the road that I'm currently on. Cool. I also missed something, didn't I? I started with 2 tools. I've gained 5. This is my 6th. Boy, which one? Oh, I should have also gotten a whip there. Okay, I have 2 whips. For whatever reason, maybe it's just because they're small icons, I find that getting that bonus very hard to remember. Having 2 whips here, being able to draw the lines that go this way with those tools, going to be clutch here. Okay, so 6 actions. I can go this way. That is a direction I can draw. That's 1 action. I need to use a whip to go this way. So that's a whip spent. I can go vertically. That's an action. I can go... See, I would need a whip again to go this way. I think it's worth it because I get... Oh, I even just gained a whip. I've been around that. That whip gets me in the general direction I need to go and is what I need to get all the bonuses. So I think I use a whip. I go here. Now I've completed 2 sides of that hex and gained a machete. And then I can use an... Am I counting this right? Yeah, I've used 2 regular actions. Okay, this is my 3rd regular action to go up. Oh, this worked out. I can go... That gets me this idea, by the way, which seems like it's probably clutch. And then left and up. Yeah. All right. Caught all 3 hands. Got all 3 bonuses. That maybe could have been, if I did really well, that maybe could have been done in 2 stands, 2 rows. But I feel pretty good about it. Yeah. That deserves a sip of beer. Okay. There's an action left, but if you complete the puzzle, it automatically ends that turn and moves on. So, what's next? Something's rumbling. Hurry, we must stay together. The moment you step inside the next room, a deep rumble echoes and the walls begin to close in. It feels as if the temple itself has awakened. You must hurry to the exit before the walls trap you inside forever, or find a way to stop them. Okay, so we cannot branch off or touch lines here. Our goal is to extend 1 regular line from the team start hex to the bottom edge of the grid. Oh, so it's not to that hex, it's just anywhere on the bottom. Okay. You may activate the lever bonus to ignore reactions to the remainder of the puzzle. Oh, that's important because what the reaction step is doing is making these dotted lines from these wall hexes move across. And this puzzle will become impossible if one of these lines makes it all the way across. Since these lines don't touch, it seems like if I can just dart across this one, I block it, and I don't have to worry about that. The question will be, can I get all the way down before this second wall closes? Huh. I kind of think I'm going to want to sprint. Looking at this puzzle, because going all the way over to this lever, like, yes, it's going to stop the wall from moving, but then I have to go all the way back kind of around where the wall's been. Unless I can get to the lever in 1 turn, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it would take me 8 moves to get there, which is possible with tools for extra moves. Okay, well, let's roll some dice and go from there. Oh, we don't have to roll. Stamina system tells us it's a 1 and a 6. So, and then we'll be on a fresh stamina row. A 1 and a 6. I don't like the 6 direction very much at all. I really want 4 and 3. So, like, if I'm going to put the 6 over here and make it so that this is going to end, I'm going to be maxing this out pretty soon. I really want to unlock those 4 and 3 directions. So I think I'm going to put the 6 on the left and the 1 on the right. It doesn't unlock a new direction, but it just stops that from filling up so fast. We'll see how that goes. Okay, a roll against a fresh stamina row. A 1 and a 5. I do not need more 1s. And the 5 is also not that interesting. Okay, well, I don't want to just max this out with 6s and 5s, so I'll put the 1 here and the 5 here and keep rolling. 2 and a 3. That feels a little more like it. Okay. The 2 is still not interesting, but the 3 sure is. If I put the 3 over here, then I'm going to be at 10. And I can't get a 2 or a 1, so I would have to stop there. That doesn't feel great. Yeah, it's only big numbers now. Jeez. Okay. So if I put the 3 on the left, then a 4 would be pretty good. Over here on the right, it's at 7. I really want a 4 there now. How many... Let's see. I want to try to go all the way across. This is the plan. This is the plan. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 moves to get down there. Which I can do with 6 actions and my 5 tools. Like, I can exactly pull that off. But I have to be going down. Okay. This is tough. All right. I have to be capable of going down with my actions for that to be possible. So I think I want to do it with this left track, which means I'm going to put the 3 here and the 2 here to try to stay alive on this row. This adds up to 9, so a 3 would be safe to put there. All right. That's going to be the plan. I'm going to see if that works. This is one of the bigger gambles I've taken. I need a 4 here. And if I have 2 ideas to make a 4 if I need one. A 3 and a 5. Seems feasible. 3 was exactly what I wanted over here, right? It'll add up to 12. Definitely putting a 3 there. I'm going to have to stand on there too, but I'm hoping to use it on this puzzle. This is the one that I want to use on this one. Oh, okay. Did I get ahead of myself? I didn't mark this stamina yet, right? 3 and 5. Okay. I got excited. Okay, so I'm going to make the 5 a 4 with an idea. Drop it here. And then this adds up to... No, it adds up to 14! Oh, man. Okay, well... Huh. Here's the good thing. If I do this left one, there's a 1 in the 2 slot. Actually, either one of them have a 1 in the 2 slot, meaning the wall is only going to move by 1 space. So I still have plenty of time to dart past it. Do I care about getting those bonuses on the way? Not terribly. Okay, so I'm just going to make the run for it that I was planning on. I'm just going to try to get all the way down. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go down into 2 stands here. I'm going to stand on both these rows. I'm going to dart down. I can see that the wall is going to move slowly, and it's going to be fine. Okay, so because it's the one that can go in the down direction, I think I will start with my left row. I'll stand here. 14 minus 9 is 5. That was the one flaw in my plan, was that I got 5 actions instead of 6. But I think I just miscalculated when I said I thought it was possible, because I don't see how that was possible to actually do what I said I was hoping to do. That's okay, though. We're gonna make 2. So I can go in the directions of 6, useless, 1, useless, 3, pretty good, 4, pretty good. So with 5 actions, I'm basically just gonna go down, right, down, I think. Those are those 5 actions. Yeah, I've got tools I can spend, but really I can just kind of lock this one in, finish thinking about it. This wall is going to extend, but because the rules don't allow lines to touch on this puzzle, I don't think it goes any further than that. I've basically like gotten past the wall. I think probably in the story the wall continues to close, but I'm ahead of it. Irrelevant. And then the second one is going to move 1 space. So still got time to get past that. It did close down kind of one route, like I can't go through there because I can't touch it, but that's fine. I'll just curve around that way. Crucially, and I did think about this even if I didn't verbalize it, I got a journal here. That also allows me to draw a vertical line. It's going to be important to get out. Okay. Over here, I'm getting a reward of my choice. I'm going to probably make it another journal because I think I'm using all of my remaining journals just to get out on this one. So I'll take another journal. And then this is 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, minus 6 is 6 actions. And I can go up, which is not good. Down left, which is good. Down right, which is good. Up right, not good. All right. Is there any world where I grab any of these bonuses? I don't see it. I don't see it. I think I just go for the wall. So I can go down right. Oh, I can grab this journal. Yeah, I'm using a journal because that's the only way I can draw vertical lines right now, or downward lines anyway. Then I can go this way with my second action, and that gains a journal. Then I'm using a journal to go down. I'll use an action to go left. Use a journal to go down. Beautiful. I did it in 2 turns. That means I have 4 rows left to solve the last puzzle. Feels pretty good. Cheers. Here we go. As the stone walls grind to a halt behind you, another trap reveals itself. Jade spears move up and down in a deadly rhythm. You'll need perfect timing to make it through unscathed. Whoever brought you here, you will prove they underestimated you. Okay, so 1 wrong step and it's over. Yeah, that's cool. I like the perspective of this art where the camera is kind of down in the spikes. You can see them jumping up. All right, so the puzzle says I need to extend 1 regular line from the team start hex to the exit end hex. All right, so from here to here. You may pass through damage. These little red stars on these intersections are damage. It's funny that they're called damage here because it goes on to say you may pass through it, but at the end of a stand you cannot end. So I can't end a turn on it. It's the same iconography that was used in some other puzzles in the last campaign that you actually had to track your hearts. So anyway, there's basically... I'm going to circle the places where I can stand. Once I sort of enter this minefield, like I can go there, I can go there, 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 ooh, there, but man, as you get close to the end, there's not a lot of places you can be. Okay. All right, so I need to, all right, I'm seeing a few more up here, but that's so far out of the way, I don't think I want to go there. So what I'm seeing is the most direct route is almost impossible. There's just not places to stop. I probably want to go south, maybe grab this bonus on my way, and curve around here. That's probably the goal. But anyway, it's time to get back to rolling some dice and seeing what we'll be capable of anyway. So here goes nothing. 4 and 4, yeah, there's stamina for both of those. Okay. 4 is the down direction, so I'm pretty happy with that. That's going to be useful, so I'm just going to drop a 4 into both and keep rolling. 3 and 2. So we've got the 3, but the 2 is going to cycle all the way over to 6 since there's stamina left. So the 2 becomes a 6. So I know that my next roll is going to be 4 and 6. So, That is like the 6 will be good over here. Yeah, I guess. So if I put wait. 4 and 6. That's a little scary. Those are big numbers. If I put the 4 here. Sorry, this is 3 and 6 now. If I put the 3 here, then the 4 can go here next time. If I put the 6 here, the new 6 can't go there. I only have one idea. I'm gonna have to make some compromises here. And I don't like it. If I put 5 here, this isn't great at all. If I put a 3 here, these add to 7, and then the 4 there can go there next time, and then I'll have 3s and 4s. A total of 11. That's pretty good. Okay, I'll go ahead and put the 3 here. Plan to put the 4 here that I know I'm rolling next time on this row. That just leaves, what am I doing with the 6? I guess I'm putting it... I only have one idea. So I guess I'm putting it here. And then because I have to... because I know that I'll have a 6 next time, I've got to stand because that would bust me. This, I didn't mark that off, I'm realizing. Okay. Yeah, so I don't have a choice but to stand on this, which means I'm only taking 10 minus 8 is 2 actions. That's pretty rough. I am getting an extra idea as my bonus for the row. And then 2 actions that can go in the directions of 4 and 6. This is all really bad. Well, I think I want to use it as... I want to use the 4 to go down, and then I can use a tool to draw a line. So let me just go swing past this tool. So it's going to go down with an action. Use a whip to draw this line, and it'll go down with my other action. I'm glad I came in with an extra, like, beating the pace of 3 stands per puzzle, which is seems to be sort of the baseline. I'm glad I'm beating that by 1 because I just had to totally waste 1. Okay. It's getting dramatic here, but it's going to be okay. My final roll of this stamina row is 4 and 6, so that's decided for me. And then the 4 I've established is exactly what I need over here to perfectly hit 11, which means the 6 is going over here. That has a max of 10, so that's gonna be done really fast here too. But okay, so I'm gonna stand here on the left. 11 minus 5 is 6 actions, and I can go in the directions of 3 and 4, which is exactly where I want to go from here. So that much is good. So let me just get this started. I haven't figured out where I'm gonna try to end this turn. Probably on one of these. Let's start with an action going this way, which earns me a tool. Oh boy, I gotta think ahead here. What am I gonna want? I think I'm gonna need a whip, because I don't have that, and that's a line I'm gonna need. Okay. Then I can use an action to go down, an action to go right, an action to go down. To have a safe place to end, I'm going to have to use something. I think I actually use a machete here, though, because I can go... So this is an action. This is an action. Now, this is where I would have to stop. I'm not allowed to, but I can use a machete to draw a line going this way, and I can stop in that safe spot. Okay. That's feeling possible. So what I need to do over on the right, I don't know why I'm pointing to the right as if that's useful to myself or to you, the viewer. On this right column, which is going to be done soon, I need to get like a 2 and or a 3. It can't be both. I need a 2 or a 3 as a number in there to make the directions that this can go useful at all. It's going to be pretty hard to be very useful over there. So it's probably going to come down to the numbers I get in here. But it's a fresh stamina row, so I guess anything can happen. Let's see. 5 and a 4. That's bad over here. That's real bad. Let me mark that stamina off. 5 and 4. That force is not a useful direction. So I'm going to have to use an idea and make it a 3, and I'll drop it over here. And then that made the 4 a 3. So that's a 5 over here on the left. It's not a useful direction either, but there's more space to find useful numbers on the left. Okay. So I'm going to stand over here because I'm at 9 out of 10. I don't want to count on rolling a 1. Stamina system's not going to help me, and I don't have enough ideas. All right, I'm going to have to stand. So I'm gaining an idea as my bonus there. Oh, I gained a whip as my bonus here, which could be clutch. I don't think I counted that one. Right? Shoot. We'll see. We'll see. I have lost track. I've lost track of whether I double took that whip. Hopefully it won't be so necessary that comes down to decide the game. Okay, so 9 minus 4 is 5 actions, and I can only go in the 3 and 6 directions. Only 3 is useful. It seems like the way I want to go is down along the bottom, right? Because there's several places to stand here. So I'm going to use a journal to go down. Use an action to go right. I'm going to use one whip to go right. Use an action to go right. And then basically, if I use this whip that now I'm questioning whether I should have, I could get like all the way to there, but I'll hopefully do this on my last row. So I won't use the questionable whip. Let me know in the comments whether I should have this whip. The good news is that now I've completely, this is done. I've completely finished that column. So now I'm still gonna roll 2 dice, still gonna mark off 2 stamina, but I just choose one of the 2 dice to put on the left. So I have full flexibility. I don't have anything else to consider other than what I want on the left. And what I want on the left is 3 and 2. Basically, if I can get a 2 and a 3 over there, I'm golden. I have 2 ideas. Yeah, that's all it takes, because then I just go doot, doot, doot. Even just a 2 and a 3 gets me to 10 minus 7. 3 actions is what I need. That's what it comes down to. Is can I get 2 and a 3? Whoa. Well, the 2 is perfect, so I will take that 2. I'm going to mark off the 2 and the 4 stamina. And keep on rolling. More 2s. Well, I know that I can just use an idea, so let me mark off, that's all the 2 stamina. But I can use an idea to make this a 3, just so that I don't get stuck with 5s that I can't make the number I need later. 3, and I think I've done it. I think I can just stand, not risk rolling trash, because this is 10 minus 7 is going to be 3 actions. I get a machete for the row. And I can move in the directions of 2 and 3 and 5, and I get 3 actions. That means I can go boop, boop, boop. I'm out! With, that classic adventuring sound, boop. I did it! This, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. This was pretty challenging. I would say what could have made it more challenging is fail conditions on some of these. I guess the walls sort of presented one, but really I was just against the clock. The clock of the number of rows and the stamina that I have, which left me some flexibility to kind of take a couple thoughtful but ineffective or inefficient rounds. Okay, so all that's left in the demo is to read kind of the outcome of scenario 1, and then obviously scenario 2 and 3 are going to be in the full version. So this is considered a success because I completed all of the puzzles. I would be quote-unquote delayed if I completed one less than the maximum number of puzzles. And if I failed more than one, it would be a failure. So, with calm focus and perfect timing, you cross the floor trap unharmed. Stone stairs rise before you, and you ascend them with ease. As daylight pours in, renewed hope fills your hearts. So, based on difficulty, I'm on the medium difficulty. Each player gains 2 different tools of their choice, 4 ideas, and writes a +1 above the target value of the topmost action row in both preparation sections. So that's both of the columns on here. Both topmost target values are increased by 1. Okay, so those are all benefits that would matter for scenario 2. For now, I'm done. I had a great time with this again. I think this is a really clever little puzzle. Reading the rules, it always takes me, and it had been a little while since I played Jurassic, so it took me I cut out a couple pauses in this video. Hopefully I remember to cut them out as I double checked a rule or two. Like, for what it is, for a, you know, print and play, roll and write, a lot of the time solo game, I find it a little hard to grok, and it can be a little frustrating trying to track the actions that you've taken. Like I said, I used tally marks in the side, and did I remember to get that tool or not from the bonus on the row? But that's something that maybe that's just a me problem. Like, I've been playing a lot of Skytear Horde lately, speaking of solo games, and I have the same problem there too. Did I remember the pillage phase? So maybe I'm just becoming an old man, you know. But I like this a lot. The narrative is like welcome, but not the reason to play. The reason to play is the interesting controlled chaos push your luck system, and the huge variety of puzzles. Like, there were 4 completely different challenges here, and there's more sheets of 4 more each. That's all very cool. I like the comic style art and the kind of cheesy but fun storyline. It's a lot of fun. So again, this is not a commercial, but there is a link to the Kickstarter for Roller Stand Forbidden Adventures in the description if you want to check it out. And while you're down there, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. And that's a video. If this is your first time seeing Optimal Play, it's mostly playthroughs. It's also mostly not solo. I have friends, I promise. I point cameras at them a lot for your amusement. So check out our other videos. We'd appreciate that. And I'll see you in the next one. Till then, be optimal.